everyone. I am coming to you live from my cozy comfy PJs, my hair in a big old messy bun and a completely bare face, because today we're going to talk about our my first trimester favourites. And what is the first trimester of pregnancy without the ultimate comforts? And let's be real, now with everybody working from home, and I've sort of done a lot of my working from home, I'm probably not doing much outside of being barefaced and wearing cozy clothes. So let's get straight into what I've been finding my first trimester favourites for this pregnancy. And if you haven't come here before, you are so welcome and thank you for joining me. My name is Kitty. I am a registered nurse. I'm also a lactation consultant, hypnobirthing instructor, and I am a birth and postpartum doula. So if you're interested in sort of pregnancy related content, if you're here for just my pregnancy updates alone, this is my second baby, and we've actually had a few losses in between. So this is a very special rainbow baby. And my last child was actually a rainbow baby too. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about pregnancy, navigating sort of pregnancy after loss, and what I'm doing to sort of prepare for a gorgeous, gentle birth. I have a full e-course over on my website, which I'll make sure to link down below if that's something that you are interested in. And if not, please enjoy the video and I'll see you in the next one. So I'm going to try and do this all in one run, so it means that I can get this up for you nice and quick. But I'm here with my, not so much a pregnancy favourite, but it's a lovely new Bodum double, sort of double glass coffee cups that I got for Christmas. So I'm going to be slurping on my coffee, genuinely slurping. I can't drink without slurping, it's awful. Very bad manners. And I'm going to dive straight into what my favourites have been, and actually it's one of the things that I'm wearing. So this is one of those sort of cozy loungewear sets. It's got the matching bottoms, which we might as well do a bump update, shall we? Ooh, I'm now 12 weeks, so teeny tiny little bump showing now, but the bottoms have these beautiful stretchy material, which I don't know about you, but one of the first things that went out of my sort of day-to-day attire was anything that was buckles, zips, anything that was sort of super uncomfy or restrictive. So these have been my sort of go-to outfit since that and my husband's clothes. So at least these are a little bit cuter. This particular set is actually a Tesco brand set, which my husband got for me. He went for a shop and came back with these, and I've honestly been living in them, and I feel like they're like somewhat cuter, and I feel like I'm never trendy, but a lot of people are doing this nowadays, so I feel like I'm kind of somewhat fit into a trend of sorts. So that's been my first thing, and then a lovely pair of I'm already in my maternity leggings, just for, again, the bloat is so real in that first trimester, so this has been a really nice way to just sort of get into it and not be trying to squeeze into my high-waisted jeans or trying to pretend that this baby's not here, because this baby's already made an appearance. So the next thing that I'm going to talk about, just talking about sort of body changes and things that have happened in that first trimester. One of the things that I'm actually going to talk about in another video that I noticed straight away before I even got a positive test was my thirst. So genuinely, I was waking up in the middle of the night, like 3 o'clock in the morning, like dry throat, I need water now. So actually this water bottle is one of those little straw ones, throw it into the dishwasher. I've had this for a very long time, but it's been really, really handy, and I just bring it around everywhere with me. Normally I make it into kind of like a lemon water, so I'll use either like a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of coconut sugar or something, and just bring it around with me for the whole day. However, when I was feeling a little bit more nauseous in the first, let's be real, pretty much up until week 12, I would add these sort of little rehydration sachets. This one actually is a probiotic in as well, so it is an oral rehydration solution, so you can get all sorts of these, but I like the fact that this is a probiotic in it as well, because when you're getting sick quite a lot, your tummy can feel really unsettled, and this is a really nice way to sort of rejig your microbiome to get it back to normal again. So this is the MyPro Diet Care ones, and they don't taste too awful, but I would add a little bit of lemon juice or something, that your own kind of sweetener of choice to the sachet, and I like it with loads and loads of ice. So a water bottle was an absolute must for me, and please keep your eyes posted for, I'll link it up here if I have put it up already. That is the video that talks about the symptoms that I knew that I was pregnant before I had even positive tested. And the next one of those things actually was a nice comfy bra. And I'm actually wearing my two favourites right now. This one in particular is by andI. They are a beautiful soft bamboo. Could not stand underwire. Anything that was like too restrictive, too much underwire. I wanted support but not too much support, and I'm still nursing, so I wanted something that was nursing friendly. You can actually remove the inserts from these as well, so they're really handy. They are a little bit more expensive, so this was something I actually treated myself to. And the other one, the other brand that I really like, again, no underwire, I'm not going to show you fully, but it's sort of a cross, it's like a racerback version, and it's by the brand Sloggy, definitely pronouncing that wrong, but they're both gorgeous, no underwire, really supportive, lovely sort of v-neck style, really breastfeeding friendly, so you can use them for postpartum as well, and they've just been a real winner. I think if you were to even go ahead and buy nursing bras now in that first trimester phase, you're not going to regret it. Something that's supportive but not too restrictive and gives you plenty of space, because during pregnancy your ribs actually expand, so your rib cage will actually open up to sort of create that space for growth for your baby. So you want something that's not going to be too tight for you, so don't go for a size extra small in the hopes that you'll squeeze into it. Next on the list is something again that not many people put all that much thought into, and that is how you're going to document your pregnancy. And I am super old-fashioned. This is actually the diary that I used for Atticus, and I would jot down, it's actually, you can get some gorgeous ones that have sort of marked pages and, you know, little sort of diaries and notes and like stickers and things like that. I just went for bare, so it's bare pages, but I actually, I'm not going to let you read it, but I wrote for every week of pregnancy up until Atticus was a year old. And for this one, my friend actually gifted me one when we had our last loss as a sort of way for me to journal, and I decided as a way to sort of help me through this pregnancy and a way to sort of honour that birth, that pregnancy and that baby, I would keep the two together. So I just continued on writing from that loss to this pregnancy. So we are now 12 weeks into this pregnancy, 13 weeks actually by the end of this, or by the time it's up. And it's going to be a really nice way for me to sort of remember that baby when I'm looking back on this one. So I jot down everything from my symptoms to what I'm most excited for, to baby names, to birth prep stuff, to what my favourite things have been, what my cravings have been, a little bit of everything. So the idea is that this little baby, when they grow up, can have something to look back on. So I might gift it to them when they're 18 or something, and they might absolutely go, what on earth are you giving me, and want to chuck it in the bin. But it's a really nice thing for me to want to read back on. And while I don't do it all that often, when it comes down to sort of birthdays or times where I'm feeling particularly emotional, I will read back on my pregnancy diaries, and I've kept one for every pregnancy, and it's been a really nice time to sort of sit back and just reflect. Anyhow, I digress. So, a diary of sorts, and there are some amazing ones that you can sort of mark out little sort of milestones and take pictures and things like that. I have been taking sort of update pictures for myself, but I'm now going to start putting them up on my social media profile. So if you're not already following me over there, my tag is birthbabybeyond, and I'll link it down below if you want to kind of follow along my pregnancy journey over there. I have all my sort of update pictures, how I'm getting along, and I regularly post in my stories every day pretty much, and I'll be sharing a little bit more detail and sort of everyday life stuff over on there. But it's something that last time I was pregnant, I struggled really badly with just how my body was changing, and how I suppose I just was always one step behind. I was never ready for my tummy to expand so quickly, for my legs to get more jiggly. I was a real gym bunny before getting pregnant the first time, and this time I'm just so grateful that I'm almost like urging on the stretch marks. I'm like, give me all of the pregnancy signs and symptoms and everything that comes with it. And that might very well change, you know, I'm only human, but that means documenting all the jiggly bits and trying my best to sort of be real and be present with my body and be in awe of what it's capable of. So take pictures, whether that's finding an app and, you know, putting in the little piece of fruit beside it, or whatever it may be. Document your pregnancy and take a picture, even if it's just in a mirror. I personally stray away from sort of the apps and things like that unless it's like a fun fruit comparison, which my stepdaughter absolutely loves. So I kind of have the Bump app is really nice. It's actually the one that I used on my pregnancy with Atticus, but I do find that as a birth professional, it doesn't paint birth and labour in the most positive light. So as somebody who believes that this is what women are meant to do, this is what our bodies are designed to do, I find it a little bit negative. So I use it pretty much for the fruit comparison, and that is it. I also downloaded the pregnancy app for its Ovia, so that's the one that I used for my for sort of the trying to conceive period, to sort of track my ovulation and things like that. And that one's also quite nice, not terribly detailed. You can't kind of zoom out and look at sort of the trajectory of your pregnancy in so much as I like to know kind of where am I going to be at, you know, on Easter, how far along am I going to be, how's the baby going to be looking. So have a little look around, do a bit of shopping first. The majority of them are free, you shouldn't have to pay for any of these apps. So let me know what your favourites are in the comments down below. And I've got three more little bits to show you. The next one is my supplements. And I was going to do a whole separate video on this, talking a little bit more in detail about why I take each one, but I thought that might be, I don't know, if that would be something you're interested in. For now, I'm going to share the top three, which again is quite a lot for a lot of people, but we also follow sort of primarily plant-based diets. I don't eat meat, don't eat fish. So these are sort of pregnancy specific as opposed to what I would eat outside of pregnancy. So the first thing is a prenatal. And while it's not totally necessary, this is a really, really lovely brand. This is the Thorn prenatal, and it's really comprehensive. The reason I love this, and again, really the primary ingredient and the main reason that we are taking prenatals, is so that we can protect that neural tube development for your baby. So that's sort of developing all of that lovely spinal column so that everything seals up really nicely and that we don't end up with spina bifida or anything like that. So personally, I'm much more comfortable taking a folate over a folic acid. I will link some research for that down below. It's something that I actually have only just started recommending to my clients within the last year or so, as I've done more research myself, and it's something that, two hands in the air, you know, science is ever evolving, and I'm not going to know everything straight away, but I'll be the first person to let you know if I have found out new information. So that is something that I personally would recommend looking at. So folate is the sort of more naturally derived version, and folic acid is the man-made version. So this one has a little bit of everything. However, you need to take 3 a day. I'll show you the size of them. I did find the reason that I quite liked it as well was not only the folate, but the fact that it didn't aggravate my nausea. So they're pretty big, but not like horse pills. 3 a day, again, is quite a lot. So this has only lasted me, I've got 2 left, I think, and it's only lasted me the first trimester, just about. But I will link those down below. It's their basic prenatal. However, it is missing 2 things, and there are some supplements which do include these, and some which don't. So have a little look, do your research, don't just go for the first one that you see, and they can be a real money racket too. So do your research, find out exactly what it is that you need, and I can talk a little bit more in depth about this sort of thing in another video if that's something you would like. Maybe let me know. So one of the main things that I take is iodine. And iodine is actually something that I know certainly in Ireland is not something that's ever talked about for pregnancy. However, in many parts of Europe, it's considered almost as important as the folic acid that you would take as a part of a prenatal. And iodine is really important for infant brain development and eye health. It's really something that it's recommended as a due course in vein in many other parts of Europe. So it's something that I decided was really important for me too. So I take that every day along with my prenatal, as well as that's just the Holland and Barrett Nature's Garden version. I'm not particularly, you know, linked to that one or affiliated in any way with any of these products. But the next thing that I take again is an omega, because I wouldn't have any sort of oily fish or anything like that. While I do have a lot of sort of avocados and nuts and seeds and things like that, I always want to make sure that I'm getting that in every day. So this is a lovely mixture of DHA and EPA, which is quite hard to come by. So omega-3 is probably the hardest one to come by for as a vegan. And this is the My Protein Vegan Omega, which is a lovely sort of mixture of all three. And actually this is a really decent size. This I was actually taking, both me and my husband and I even, were taking this before conception. And it's been really beautiful. And I actually feel like I don't know whether it's pregnancy, but my skin is almost better as well. So I will continue to take this. This is also for baby's brain. And the very last two things that I have been absolutely loving are these little candies. Gingins. I used these last time. There are lots of different things that you can use on the market to sort of ease that pregnancy nausea and make you feel a little bit more comfortable if you've got an upset tummy in pregnancy. And these are one of them. Research sort of says ginger is huge for that sort of warming, tummy settling property, but also lemon lozenges. So whether it's just like a lemon balm lozenge or a sucky lemon lemon sherbet, the lemon has been associated with a reduced feeling of nausea as well. With that bearing in mind, I also like to use some essential oils in early pregnancy, and the main one that I've been using, the main two that I've been using actually, but I don't have the other one with me, is peppermint. And sometimes I will literally just take the cap off and sniff it directly from the bottle if I'm feeling a wave of nausea like I'm going to throw up. Breathing that or having a little sniff of that directly from the container. And the other one is lemon oil, and again I'll link my video down below that talks a little bit more in depth about the different things that I've been doing in pregnancy to reduce nausea. And this pregnancy's been a whole other kettle of fish. Last time, I swear I didn't even know I was pregnant, except for the fact that I had a massive big belly. So this time I've had pretty much every symptom that you can possibly imagine. So it's been a bit of a whirlwind. But if you are going to use aromatherapy during your pregnancy, maybe run it by your care provider first, because some care providers aren't comfortable with women using essential oils during pregnancy. Others are comfortable you not applying them, but only using them maybe in a diffuser or something like that. Do your research first. And let me know what your favourite pregnancy for a first trimester sort of goodie or thing, what got you through. And please share this video with your other first trimester buddies, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little bit of something and gave you some ideas for what might get you through this phase. And congratulations if you're watching this video and you've just found out that you're pregnant. Welcome to the club, and please do stay posted, and hit that little notification bell if you don't want to miss any more of my future pregnancy updates.